Notice I do the same thing here when he tries to bear on my hand. I simply lift my hands up so he can't just pressurize up against them. Patience, patience, patience. So basically what this horse is doing, he's always trying to throw his shoulder into me and into the inside leg and drop off the bridle. So basically this is what I'm doing, is teaching him to stay in the outside rein and to stop pushing himself at me or against my leg. So he just stays there. Yes, just like if I were riding, there's a little, when he's up in the air, I'm moving him into the rein from my leg, and that's what the horse doesn't allow you to do, is he doesn't let you, he'll kind of stretch down, you got him doing that, and that's the first step, but now the next step is he's got to accept the contact and soften a little bit more through the jaw and pull so that we can work his back up a little bit more. What's that? Patience. So he doesn't get away with that. Then he tries to bear down on the rein and push at me that way. Horses that are very thick in the throat latch, like this one is, can be a little difficult like this, because it's very easy for them to bully their way through things. Exactly right. So that's what he's doing. So that's what I'm teaching him, is to stop pushing against the leg. So always trying to fall out, like you see him doing there. Beautiful. Yeah. Yes, exactly right. Essentially. There. Now he's just starting to yield his top line to me now. There. He might be easier one way or the other side, but I'm always going to stay in one direction until I get what I want, like that, which he's now starting to do, finally. Here. Assistant. All right. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and now stretch and walk. Like that. But you see how that last side over there, all of a sudden the step, all of a sudden he's starting to let himself reach through? Because what he's doing is going like this and trying to throw himself into you all the time. Good fellow. Yeah, you got one there? And I said, at least horses that are heavier, kind of horses like this with very thick through the throat latches can be very good at being slow bullies. You know, it's like they just kind of run away with you slowly. There we go. Now look at the difference in the walk now. There. What a good boy. Oh, there, you can give him one. What a good fellow. What a good boy. Much softer now. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. See, now he'll move into the outside rein, like that. Beautiful. All right there, buddy boy. And he'll let me soften his jaw now, which I couldn't do before. He was just, every time you try to ask him anything, he just locks up and goes that way. Falls into your leg. Good fellow. Yes, normally, but I'm under time constraints here, so I'm trying to show you guys what will happen here. Tomorrow I'll do this other side. I have a feeling that was the hardest side, though, from riding him. That side that felt he was being more disobedient. There we go. There. And now he responds to the leg and moves into the outside rein. That's what all that was about. Very nice. Now let's take a look and see what our trot looks like after all that. Oh, much better horse now, huh? There we go. So now the horse can bend because he lifted his back. Looks very different, doesn't it? Now I can rise and reward him for that. Beautiful, like that. Beautiful. Much better. Now you come and get up. That's right. The horse can't bend. Understand this, folks. The back up has to happen before bend happens. Because if the horse's back is down, the spine is locked. It cannot bend from side to side. So longitudinal bend, that is upwards bend, this way bend, happens before lateral bend. Very good. What hole are you on? Come here, let's give you a leg up. I'm moving that silly box. One, two, three.
Not all the way over.
All right, now. Whoa, feel the difference in the stretch now?
Yeah.
Difference in his back.
I need to whip.
Yep, take this. He's going to be tired. Good. Now just in the same direction. Tomorrow we'll do the other way. Now bring him up in the walk and feel how when you bring him up you can move him off of your inside leg now into the outside rein. So shorten your reins and bring him up. There. Feel the difference in how he moves off your leg now? Yeah, there you go. Now go to a trot rising. And soften, now bring him up a little bit and soften him into the contact. So what I want you to feel today is how I got him to soften through the jaw and pull and get more lift in the back. Look how much more steadily balanced he looks like. When we started, he kind of looks like he was plodding along, and that's the thing with these big horses. You really got to get that back up and how it transforms their gait. Good stretch. Now I want you to bring him up a little bit. So shorten your reins and bring him up and get a little more flexion through the jaw and pull there a little bit. So ask him to soften and actually soften a little bit more. Shoulders back. That's it. Ask him to soften through the jaw and pull. I want a little more flexion at the jaw and pull. Take more contact. So bring him up a little bit and soften him. Come on, ask him to come up. He's tired, but you can get this. Come on. At least he's bending for you now. Stretch up. Get him in. Come on, shorten up those reins. There you go. Right there. There. So you get him up and stay up. There. Stay up there. Stay up there. Soften him again. Make him move off of that inside leg. Don't let him lose that feeling of bend. There. That's more like it. Soften him there. Get a little more flexion to the jaw and pull still. Yeah, that's better. Now let him all the way down. Big swing all the way down now. Good swinging trot there. Now his back is lifting. How much better his belly looks now as you come around there. I get a shot of that belly alongside her foot there. See that it's come up quite a bit from when we began. And now soften him up in that frame right there. You can just soften to the jaw and pull again a little bit more. So ask for a little bit more. You have to ask with your fingers for a little bit more now. You can ask him for a little more flexion. There, while you keep him bent to the right. There. There. So you feel how he's not falling around the circle anymore? That's what he was doing with you. He was just throwing himself into your leg. This is why you were having trouble getting anything out of him, because he was just throwing himself. Yeah, and it's not. You know, he's not. There. Like that is where you want it, right there. You could have a little more flexion with the jaw and pull, but that's still way better. He's still at least balanced and moving through the back end right there. Very nice. And stretch him all the way down. Very nice. As I said, these kind of big, heavy horses, they kind of run away with you in slow motion, or they push into you. You know, they can just slowly bear down on you. There, like that. Now bring him up one more time. Very nice. Good working trot right there. There's the trot. Keep him bending off of that inside leg. Oop, shoulders back. Now give him a little tap behind your leg there. Discipline him for that. It's not acceptable behavior. There you go. Good. There, like that. Good working trot right there. He'll still be a little softer through the pull, but at least you're getting him to bend now and getting him off the inside leg. Now don't start holding that outside rein. That's how you've gotten into this trouble. You get that outside rein out of there. The reins come this way, not to the outside. Don't end up with your outside rein opened like that. Yeah, because you'll never get him into the outside rein. That's a good trot there. Good stretch in it. Back in the stretch again, active. He's working over his back. Good. Now I want you to bring him up a little bit, but try to keep a little more flexion. So try to flex the jaw, soften the jaw and pull as you bring him up, but keep him bending off of your inside leg. There, getting a little more flexion. Come up and back with your shoulders. There, very good. And move him away from the inside leg. See, as soon as you touch the rein, he starts doing this and then bearing against your leg. There. Like that. So discipline now. That's good. Right there. Good. Now soften him. Work for a little more softening the jaw and pull there a little bit. And once again, it's tough with these kind of horses that are so thick through the throat lats like that. They can be very difficult to get flexion on. There you go. Good. Right there's a good stretch. Good. Good top line right there. Very nice. Now just bring it up a little bit again. Bring your shoulders back. I still want you to get the pole up a little bit more, with just a little more flexion to the jaw and pole. A little bit more. That's it. Keep softening him so he's a little more. Good. Nice. And then ease him back to a walk. Very nice. Excellent. So, you see where the problem was, that yes, you were right in bringing your hands up and stuff, but you had started open and leaving this. You weren't fulfilling what we need to get done, which is to teach the horse to move into and stand up to the outside rein, which I think you felt there after we finished there, yes? Very, very nicely done. Any questions today? But very, very nice. What a good boy. But you can all see how difficult these big, heavy horses can be. By the end of it, though, he was moving quite nicely and in the frame that he could move in. That was very nicely done. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Very well done.